Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. We are here live with Michele Tafoya. Michele, how's it going today?
It is going well. Talking to you from Minneapolis, Minnesota, site of the Super Bowl, and everything's beautiful.
That's awesome. So, obviously, we're here to talk about your your collaboration with Secret, rather. And I just figured, let me share this fun fact. My mom's actually allergic to Secret deodorant.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Make sure she could try the unscented kind. Maybe that'll work for her.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But it's so ironic when I was reading the opportunity to interview you. I'm like, wow, this is so ironic. My mom's allergic to this. And talk about, catch 22.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, I would encourage her to maybe try the unscented. That'll work for her for sensitive skin.
Probably, you're right. But when Secret first approached you with this idea, what was your initial thought? Like, did you immediately have ideas on how to execute this to, like, the 100,000%?
No, I thought, first of all, I thought what an honor, because they talked to four of us in this series of videos that they put out on the four of us. I'm just honored to be one of those four. And when I saw what their message was, which was, look, let's champion women who are working in a predominantly male field, which is the NFL. And the numbers now of us are growing, but it still can be really stressful for a woman in this environment. So what better partnership than with Secret deodorant, which I grew up with, and my mom used it. My mom was not allergic, and I remember the old slogan was "strong enough for a man, but made for a woman," and so it's always been a symbol of strength for women and for women who will find themselves, like I said, in stressful environments. So I'm proud, I'm honored, and just thrilled. And the video was released yesterday.
Yes.
I was super happy to have Chris Collinsworth take part in it. He's our analyst on Sunday Football, the former Bengals receiver. It's just been an honor.
That's wonderful. Now, did you have any creative input on the campaign?
No, they just interviewed me. Really was what it was, and then they shot some footage of me ironically at a Patriots game in mid-season, and so no, it was really just them knowing what they wanted to ask, knowing what they wanted to talk about, and I certainly got their message. I was fully on board with that, so I didn't need to have much input except to answer the questions as authentically and honestly as I could.
That's wonderful. So, since this campaign is all about celebrating women in football industry, do you feel that the league is doing enough to celebrate our work?
I do. I mean, and there are women working in league offices now and in teams, and you're seeing, there have been women in ownership there now. There's a female official. There are women making their way onto coaching staff. I think there's a wonderful array of opportunities for women, and I certainly don't feel like I need extra celebrating over a man. My approach has always been, I am who I am. My heritage, my gender doesn't matter. I'm going to go in there and do the best that I can, and hopefully that will speak for itself. And I think that the women that they've highlighted in this series are amazing in that way. And so I really encourage people to take a look, men and women, to take a look at this campaign, because I think they'd be pretty surprised and amazed and just admiring of the women who work so hard in the NFL.
That's wonderful. So this is staying on the topic of diversity. I'm not too sure if you saw it, but This Is Us actor Sterling K. Brown's interview for the Post-Screen Actors Guild Awards. One journalist asked him if there's enough diversity in the press room. Do you feel that in sports you've seen a change aimed at making the press room a lot more diverse? If not, what could be done?
I think there has been. I just think that people need to not think of it in terms of, hey, let's force this issue. I think the opportunities are there, and I think people have to seize those opportunities and believe in themselves that they can do these jobs. Two of the women in this series, this Secret Game On series, happen to be African American. One who works in the NFL alongside Roger Goodell, the commissioner. Mm-hmm. One who works in the front office for the New York Jets. These women got there because of their accomplishments, because they are brilliant, because they are smart, because they've worked incredibly hard. And I think those opportunities are there for everyone, male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. I would encourage people, don't think of yourself in that way of, shoot, I need a leg up. No, you don't. You're smart. You're tough. You're strong. Go do your work your tail off, and you will find that the opportunities will be there for you. And I certainly think there are very few barriers left to break in the NFL.
That makes a lot of sense. Very, very well said. So, when you first began your journey in sports, did you have any doubt in yourself?
I think we all, as human beings, have doubts now and then, and I certainly did. I mean, and anytime you make a mistake on national television, you start to question, oh my gosh, am I cut out for this? But then you realize we're all human.
Yes.
Even Tom Brady throws interceptions, even head coaches make mistakes in their play calling. So you're not going to be perfect. But as long as you can just work through it. And for me, it was really on a gut level, believing that I could overcome my mistakes and continue to grow in this field. And that's how it's worked for me.
That's awesome. Very, very great to hear. So, how do you prepare for reporting, especially since you just mentioned the key factor, live TV? I can only imagine how much pressure, you must feel. Or are you basically a natural at this?
Oh, gosh, no. I mean, in certain ways, there are certain things that I'm able to do that help me. I can memorize copy. I'm comfortable in front of a camera. That doesn't come easily right out of the gate. It takes a lot of repetition to get there. And believe me, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
And so it gets easier and easier. But I will say that when that first camera is pointed at me and the lights come on that first part of the football game, I get the butterflies. I get the jitters just like anybody. But I kind of take a breath, and I center myself. I remember that my feet are still on the ground, and I look at that camera, and I say, I'm just talking to that camera. I know there's an audience out there. I know what I want to say, and I know what I want to tell them. But don't be distracted. Just look at that camera and confidently tell them what you prepared and what you know is the right thing to say right now. So it does take a lot of preparation. There are nerves, but with experience, you get through all that.
For sure. Definitely perfecting your craft. I can only imagine. So, any advice for those of us out there who look up to you?
Oh my gosh, there are so many people to look up to, and if anyone does, I am honored and I feel privileged. I don't think of myself that way. What I would tell you is, every industry on this planet, whether you are in computers or you are in retail or you are in football, takes immense preparation. And the people who are best at it, the Patriots, the Eagles, and those of us fortunate enough to cover the Super Bowl this weekend, have prepared incredibly hard, and we never stop. We keep trying to raise the bar for ourselves every week and every NFL season. We ask ourselves, how can we be better than we were a week ago? How can we correct the mistakes we might have made? How can we be better next season? And that is a never-ending quest. So you don't arrive. You just keep working. So I don't think of myself as like having arrived, and I think of myself as still a work in progress, and I would encourage anyone out there, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of preparation to be great at anything that you do.
Yes.
Be willing to put in that work, and you'll be okay.
That's great. So lastly, I feel like you might be a little bit reluctant to share, but tell us, who do you think is going to win on Sunday?
You think I'm reluctant to share, and you're right. I don't make a habit of predicting games. I will say what to watch for would be the New England Patriots offensive line and how they handle the waves of defense that come from the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles have a really stout defensive front with a lot of players who can come in fresh and provide a lot of confusion for the offensive line. Tom Brady will be able to handle that just fine, but he's probably going to get bothered. He's probably going to get moved around. He's probably going to get sacked now and then. I think that's where this game could be won or lost, and we just hope it's a close game like all the other Patriots Super Bowls have been.
For sure. Well, Michele, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning, and I just wanted to say, you are definitely a pioneer in my eyes, and you're one of the people I look up to, so thank you again for this opportunity to chat with you and kind of pick at your brain at obviously the stuff that you do off camera and then on camera, and thank you again.
I consider that a privilege, and you are more than welcome. All the best to you.
All the best to you as well. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.